one fine day you don't feel like working anymore. You feel you are not recognized by your colleagues, by your hospital. You feel you have not achieved what you wanted to achieve. And I found photography, wildlife photography, to be as challenging. So my work doesn't get affected, and I can do whatever, pursue my hobbies as I want to. Not really. Being in anesthesiology has taught me the art and the science of being perfect. Yeah, actually, if you think like that, there is no time for anything. You have to make the time. Okay. You have to make that. Structuring of time is very important for young professionals. Yes, there is a age. There is a time.
This is actually cure for the burnout. Some kind of a
cure. Yes, very much cure.
Hello all, this is Dr. Dheeraj Masapu. Welcome to my channel, and today we have Dr. Tanmoy Das. He's a senior consultant in anesthesia and head of the department in one of the premier hospitals in India. Welcome, sir, to the channel.
Thank you Dheeraj, for calling me. I'm so happy to be here with you.
It is our pleasure, sir. So today the reason why we're doing this interview is not to interview sir about the anesthesia or intensive care aspect. Today we're going to talk about aspects outside the anesthesia. You can have a look at some of the photographs or something. That's photography. I've gone through some of the photos that you've taken. They're looking extraordinary and almost I can say top level, where like international. So my question is, how are you able to come to this standard of photography is one thing, and also how are you getting time to do this work? Because I don't understand, to be head a department of anesthesia and also take care of complex cases and learn photography, and so many things are involved.
I get this question very often. Anesthesiology, as you know, is a very high stressful profession. It takes away so much of your time. But so this is what I was also doing till 2009, and on the top of working 14 to 16 hours a day, I had also organized an international conference which kept me even busier. But at one point I realized that work-life balance is also very important. I was fond of photography right from my childhood. Have handled cameras, point and shoots, but never really gone deep into it. So after this very busy period, I thought that there should be something in my life which I am very interested and I should pursue it. So photography came to me naturally. I had that year attended a wildlife photography conference in Bangalore.
Oh,
so
our place.
Yeah, yes, your place. So a few of my friends had organized. So that was a unique conference. So he oriented me towards photography, and I went with them to the jungle a month later. And I thought that yes, I have found my balance in life. And as an anesthesiologist, which is such a most challenging branch of medicine, I found photography, wildlife photography, to be as challenging, and each would balance out the other. So I would come back from the jungle more refreshed and a better mindset to work.
So what I'm understanding from what you're saying is that if you have a hobby, a challenging hobby like this, that will also impact your work.
Yes, very much. It will make this a complete relaxation where I can be in the jungle for a period of time and completely off the work tension and focus equally well on something else is very much needed, I think, for a busy professional. And I'm fortunate enough to be working with an excellent team where we share each other's holidays. One person can take time off and other people can carry on the work. So my work doesn't get affected, and I can do whatever, pursue my hobbies as I want to. So that way I have been lucky not only to find my calling, but also to have an excellent team with me who have supported me.
Okay, at any point of time did you feel that you're overwhelmed with two things running?
Not really. Being in anesthesiology has taught me the art and the science of being perfect. I mean, nobody can be perfect, I know, but reaching towards perfection, and we don't settle for any low standards. So whether it is anesthesiology, where the slightest mistake can cause the death of a patient, So it is in photography for me, that I must learn, and not only I must learn and do it to the highest level possible, and at the same time enjoy doing it.
So this is a very good advice for the youngsters mainly. Many youngsters are now, you feel that youngsters should be more energetic, but what I am saying is many youngsters are, not everyone, but the most common complaint that they say is that there is no time.
Yeah, actually, if you think like that, there is no time for anything. You have to make the time.
Okay.
You have to make that. Structuring of time is very important for young professionals. Yes, there is a age, there is a time when we pass out from our MDs, we try to settle into a job. There is a certain time we should be very, very busy, no doubt. But after that initial phase is over, it is very important to remember to balance out your life. Otherwise, there is something known as burnout in young doctors. So this burnout syndrome is something which is very tragic. Even WHO, it is so important that WHO has written a book on burnout in anesthesiologists. And anesthesiologist, what burnout is, one fine day you don't feel like working anymore. You feel you are not recognized by your colleagues, by your hospital. You feel you have not achieved what you wanted to achieve, and then you don't feel like working. That could be disastrous, and that can be prevented by having a good work-life balance with a hobby which you can pursue to your fullest. It can be anything. It can be photography, it can be music,
anything, like YouTube for me.
Reading, YouTube for you. It can be gardening. It can be anything, but it has to be there.
So this is actually cure for that burnout, some kind of a cure.
Yes, very much cure, and it is advocated by WHO.
So I think all the youngsters should take this advice and they should develop something parallel.
And that will open a new world for you. It will open up. When I learned photography, I gained a new world of friends. And that is completely different from the world of anesthesia or medicine. So those friends I can talk to in many other, and that is fantastic to relate to. So every new thing you do opens up a new world for you.
So not only that, the hobbies, some of the hobbies are also developing passive income nowadays. So your photography is purely a skill, and also if the photography goes to next level and this thing where it can be a passive source of income for some people.
Yes, it can be. If you I know of a doctor who is very passionate about his medicine, that he is a microbiologist. He works with a big corporate company once again, but he has formed the biggest photography company in the country on a commercial, of which I am also a member.
Super.
And he has monetized the entire thing in such a beautiful way that has become a bigger source of income for him, I think.
That's more like active income.
So I personally take not only do photography, I take classes in photography, basics of photography, advanced photography. I take classes in Photoshop. So those can be very easily monetized.
Courses and
I have done some courses. Even when I was learning Photoshop, I did do a course or two, but then I learned on my own. And self-learning is, as you know, the best possible way to learn. And I have been teaching as a part of the organization which I told you, the DCP photography organization from Mumbai. DCP Expeditions they are called. To relate, to learn, to teach. So that is how and the way our lives are. We are learners, we are doers, we are teachers.
Got it. So first you learn and then you teach others. By teaching you become masters in that.
Absolutely. There is a very nice saying by Richard Bach, who wrote the book Jonathan Livingston Seagull, very famous book. He said, learning is finding out what you already know. Doing is demonstrating that you know it. And teaching is reminding others that they know as well as you do. So we are all learners, doers, teachers. Wonderful quotation. So I always.
So now I would like to ask you something else about the weight reduction program. I've seen your previous photograph. You're looking very obese in that. From that stage to come to this fit stage, so can you just brief us about the journey or transformation journey?
Yeah, as I was